In this video, we're going to review the general settings of your particular mailbox that will help set you up to the best deliverability and best utility of this mailbox. So in this setting over here, I'm using SMTP connection because this is an old account with Zoho. You might most likely might have a separate view over here if you're using a Gmail or Outlook account where none of these things exist, and that's perfectly fine. You could ignore that for now. What we want to do is focus on two little elements over here. One is messages per day and minimum time gap. Messages per day is representing the total number of messages that you want this mailbox to send out every single day. That does not include the warm-ups. Now, the second thing is the minimum time gap, which is an important metric for you to focus on. What the minimum time gap is representing, if I hover over this over here, is it's explaining the situation where this mailbox is part of two campaigns at the same time. There is a possible chance that this mailbox will be triggered automatically, right? Because the campaigns are maybe running in parallel or similar times together. So then you'll have the messages absolutely being parallelly sent, and that is a very robotic experience because you're never sending two messages at the same time consistently again and again, right? Because that will then lead to automation triggers, because Gmail, Outlook, and all these ESPs can definitely pick up that you are automating your messages. So by keeping a minimum time gap, what we're doing is we're avoiding this condition from happening, or this race condition from happening, and ensuring a smooth delivery of messages when this mailbox is used across multiple campaigns. So what this would mean as an example is, let's say you put your minimum time gap to be 10 over here, right? And let's just say you want a message to go out in your campaign. You have it attached to two campaigns, and those campaigns are sending out messages every 5 minutes. So let's say campaign A kicks it off, right? And then it uses this mailbox to send out a message. Then campaign B comes and says, all right, it's been 5 minutes. I want to send a message as well. The system is smart enough to go ahead and understand and say, yeah, look, I cannot send this message because the last message was sent just 5 minutes ago and I need to wait 10 minutes to send the next message. Campaign says, all right, no worries. And it goes on to the next trigger point, which is 10 minutes later. So at 5:10, it'll say, can I use you now? And the mailbox says, yep, perfectly fine. You can use me because it's been 10 minutes since the time I was last sent a message. So this is within my safety realms. Now, obviously, 10 minutes is a higher amount. I usually put it a lot lower, but it's completely up to you based upon your campaigns and how you're sending out campaigns. Do note, the higher you increase this number to, the increased chance that you're going to have messages going out at a slower pace because triggers are going to be skipped, right? So work with that number to make sure it's safe, as well as you're sending the volume you wanted to send out. Now we're going to go over here and put in your signature. So if you got a signature from maybe Gmail, Outlook, Zoho, whatever service it is, you want to copy that and paste that over here and plop it in. Not only that, you actually, if you click on this plus icon, this three dots, you can go into the code view and add a code version of your particular signature, which will look nice, pretty, with links and social proof, as well as your face and so on and so forth. Now, the third thing I want to mention is custom domain tracking. The premise of custom domain tracking is that when you attach links or you attach messages within a particular, attach links or URLs, whatever it might be within a particular message of yours, there's what would happen is, for us to track those particular things for you, because I'm sure you want link tracking or open tracking, what would end up happening is those links are basically wrapped within Smartly's own server experience, because you click on it, Smartly picks up that trigger, and then it redirects your that link to the particular target endpoint that you wanted to go to, which is what you would probably see whenever you are clicking on an unsubscribe or clicking on a link within an email that you get in a subscription software. So custom domain tracking is basically an experience where you do not use the Smartly infrastructure for the domain, but instead you wrap it on your own custom domain. The premise of here is simple. There's millions of emails being sent out from Smartly every day, and there's some people who might have very good bounce rates and very bad bounce rates. So you want to protect your reputation by ensuring that whenever you have a link, that link is allocated just to this particular mailbox in this particular domain, therefore ensuring that this link is not used in other people's emails, because the common link that's owned within Smartly might be used by millions of people. And obviously ESPs are very smart, and they understand that, hey, this link is part of millions of emails, and yes, while some of them have very good deliverability, some of them are not. So I'm going to start attributing the existence of this particular URL with respect to deliverability. So custom domain tracking will protect you from that situation, because no one else is using 521.engineering, because that's your domain, right? So that is a way to protect your overall reputation, and it's very easy to set up. You want to set up, click on the setup guide, and that will walk you through everything overall and make sure it's very, very easily set up. You want to ensure very, very quickly, when you do add your thing, you go with HTTP, let's say email tracking dot I don't know, apples.ai. You want to make sure you verify it. right? Because what the verification system will do is ensure that this is actually being propagated and picked up. Because if it's not propagated, that means when someone clicks on that link and it goes to your domain or your service, that is not actually linking back to open.sletrack.com, and therefore you'll see a reduction in open rates, you'll reduction in click rates, because it's just not working. So you want to make sure you verify this, and if your verifications are successful, then you know that it is propagated and there is a three-way sync. That means someone clicks on that link, that clicked link is going to email tracking.apples.ai, which is then redirecting into our tracking system, which is open.sletrack.com. This is just an example I've given to you. So you make sure that you've set up your verify CNAME, and then click on save. Now, I want to mention two other things for you, which is the management section. The management section is a super simple experience where it shows you that you have the ability to add tags. Tags are a very powerful experience within Smartly that lets you go ahead and attribute these particular mailboxes to a certain utility. Maybe you're using some mailboxes for outbound, you're using some mailboxes for clients, and you can create as many tags you want from the settings section. Not only that, this management section is important for you to go ahead and allocate these mailboxes to clients. If you're a white labeled customer, pay attention, because what this allows you to do is allocate this mailbox just to a client. So then when the client logs in from their own specific white label experience, they will be able to see just this and this mailbox alone. Obviously, no one else will get to see that. And the campaign is a beautiful experience where you can go ahead and see all the campaigns this mailbox belongs to. So you have a quick understanding of how many campaigns this mailbox is actually part of. And as a result, if you're cross sending, cross pollinating, over sending, under sending, or if you're facing any issues with volume of messages going out or not going out. So this is a nice way for you to understand all the campaigns this mailbox belongs to. You can click into it and that'll actually take you to the campaign itself. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in another set of videos to make sure that we can set your campaigns up to always succeed and bring you revenue again and again and again. Have a good day.